Hey everybody, how's it going? This is the Eggheads DFS podcast for January 2nd in the new year 2018, which I have already written 2017 today on something. So I'm joined with Chris. Hey Chris, how you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Good, good.
We're
Yeah,
excited.
I was writing something earlier and I wrote 2017 and I was actually looking at an article earlier too and it said like January 2nd, 2017. So I clicked on it. I was like, oh, this must have been last year's, but it was all the players for tonight. It was like a
Oh,
hockey article. So I'm not the only person that has done that. So yeah, but so good night last night. I don't think you played very much. You said you
no,
cashed with like a lineup you did 5 seconds.
I did like five
So
seconds. Didn't do much homework yesterday. Still coming off the high of the Buffalo Bills making the playoffs. So,
yeah, man.
you know,
Bills Mafia, they're gonna jump through so many tables.
dude, so many tables.
Just tables are not safe.
No table in
Jacksonville's gonna
Buffalo.
not
Like,
know what happened. Yeah.
I was just thinking about this. Uh, there'll be more Buffalo Bills fans at that game than Jacksonville fans, hands
Yeah.
down. It's not even going to be close. I mean,
Yeah.
so they'll be so packed. It's really cool for the city, but they get a tough test with Jacksonville. But
Yeah. So my brother lives in Jacksonville, man. And it's funny with that city. So like, there's some pretty diehard Jacksonville fans that have been there since because like, you remember the first year or two when they got the expansion, they were good.
yeah,
'Cause I think
yeah,
I
I
think
remember that.
Goodell or
Yeah.
who's the Garrard? They had David Garrard, and they were decent, and then they went like 10 years of just being awful. But it's funny, man. Like when I went down to a Jags game like 3 years ago for the Colts game, there were more like Florida Gator jerseys than there were
Oh yeah,
Jacksonville
for sure.
jerseys.
Yeah,
Like
I
so,
tweeted
to
I tweeted
college.
out like I tweet I tweeted out like Sunday night. I'm like, so now do we like Tyrod again, or because like dude, some people they just hate him here,
Oh,
and
I don't get it, man. Yeah, that Peterman kid should have been a wake up for everybody. Like,
the playoffs. So,
yeah, yeah,
yeah, right.
yeah. So let's
So
yeah, I'm
yeah,
happy
let's
for your
dive right.
Bills, man. It's cool to see. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, we're pumped.
I
So
always like a mix up. That's for sure. So
yeah,
um,
no, it's definitely nice.
yeah, yeah.
So
Well, let's jump into tonight. It's a short slate. Um,
yeah, dude.
it's definitely. I don't even know if I'm going to play that many GPPs. I think I texted you this morning, like, let's max out the 444 on FanDuel. But, like,
Yeah,
I mean, unless you're using an algo or something like that, I mean, today's weird, man. Like, I was going through it, and there's really only, I don't know, maybe like 12 guys maybe I'm considering for cash, maybe 10. And your lineup has, what, 8 people? So, um, but yeah, I'll jump into it. We'll see what we come across here. So just reading this article real quick. Sorry. Okay, let me pull this up. I'll screen share here what I'm looking at. Okay, so first we start with point guard Dennis Schroeder. He's going to be the most popular guy tonight, I would think. It's a great spot against Phoenix. It's kind of an obvious pick, really. He's been good lately,
you got
Schroeder.
Tommy G.
Yeah, you Tommy G'd me, dude, again. Yeah,
I just need his bankroll.
this disappearing act on me. No, so I was just bringing up Schroeder. I was just going to touch on these 6 and then throw out a couple GPPs or some other picks that,
Yeah,
you had talked about. But, yeah, Schroeder's been good. His price is back up 73, which doesn't really
yeah,
concern me on this short slate. If it was a bigger slate, I might, consider some other people. I
yeah,
I think you just lock him in.
yeah,
He's been good lately. You know, what's he need? 35, 30
yeah.
for value. He's been averaging that the last 3, throwing a 50 there, and then kind of a dud against Indiana. But yeah, I feel safe with him. I don't really feel safe with any of the other guys. Like I mean, Tyreek has a ton of upside. Tyreek's probably my GPP pick that I was going to talk about because he could drop
Yeah,
50 to 60 on the Clippers. But and I also like Kimba at Sacramento, even though he's on the road. I like Kimba in this spot because his price is 75. But yeah, I'm just rolling Schroeder.
yeah. The shoulder train, I guess, right? Like
Yeah,
everybody else. I mean, dude, doesn't Schroeder, like, I guess that's a short slate, so you got to, he's got to be kind of a must play, but
Yeah.
Schroeder chalk, like Cam Newton chalk, like he can still play bad. It's not like you're getting a
Yeah, it's a perfect example. Yeah.
But
yeah, just because he should do well because he's in a good spot,
well,
I mean he's going to.
yeah, and there's no guarantee he does. But
That's
I mean,
probably the most spot on comparison of two athletes that I've heard. As far as
think, cause like,
yeah,
it's just like that's the kind of chalk he is, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think like this is a slate where you always say like I'm going to play someone I don't want to play, unless we get some really tilty news in the next couple hours. You're going to play someone you probably aren't 100% comfortable with in your lineup tonight, but everyone's going to do that, right? So I mean,
yeah, I wish there wasn't any news because as of right now, like the lineup I put together earlier, I'm not even not comfortable with the people I'm playing. It's just a matter of what do I feel more comfortable of, like what route do I go, right?
yeah.
But I like everybody that fits in the builds, which hasn't happened in a long time. So, I like the slate for cash. I kind of mentioned that, but I mean, because if you go GPP, it would be best to just like honestly, like put down pieces of paper of players and just like ask your dog to walk towards one and then play that person.
Yeah, I think this is the kind of slate.
Horrible example, but
No, you're right, and you have to. I think tonight's night, you really have to identify what the chalk is and make sure you get that chalk in your lineup, especially if the chalk goes off. Like I said, so Schroeder's going to probably be pretty close to the chalk for the point guard position. It looks like LeBron is obviously, going to be probably chalk at small forward. So, it's a good slate for tonight. But I don't think we're going to get much news. So I think this is pretty much it, except for impact will be.
The Kevin Love stuff will be interesting if he doesn't play. I mean, we were talking about Jeff Green this morning. He's going to get a huge boost.
Sure.
I'll probably look that way if Love is out. I don't like it a lot, but I mean, he's cheaper than he's been, so I don't have a problem with it. But Schroeder's kind of a lock for me in cash. Just kind of put him in. And, if he gets 35, he does his job. If he gets 50 for you and he's for some reason only like 35, 40% owned, then that's huge. I'll probably make the point to get him in tonight. So, and then shooting guard, I have Bellinelli up here, and really the only reason I have him up here is because I wanted to kind of highlight this game. So I brought up Schroeder, Bellinelli, and Collins just because I think this game is going to be, obviously when it's Phoenix, everybody just kind of flocks that way, and especially on a 5-gamer. I mean, you look at some of the other games, like shooting guard especially. I mean, Booker's 9,100, but Booker's a good play in my opinion, but probably just won't go there because I'll probably be looking at LeBron or KP.
No, I think everyone's going to go to this game. Obviously, has the best, I guess, fantasy goodness. All the games. So,
and Belly's been good too, man. Like I know he can throw up a dud every now and then. Like, don't get me wrong, like that guy, he can do that. I get it, but I mean, he's been pretty darn good the last,
I'm a Bellinelli fan. I play him quite a bit, especially in GPPs. So I like playing him. Like, get a good spot.
22, 21, 29. I mean, 3,800. If he gets 20, I'm fine with that.
That's what I see him doing too. Like, not much more than that. He has the upside to do that, but I think that's what he kind of does tonight. And for 3,800,
I think if and I will say if you don't go LeBron or KP, you have to play Booker. Because I think Booker's probably the number one guy in the slate that's capable of like 60. Because I think he could.
Oh yeah, I think he's a great GPP player. I would probably start with him for GPP tonight. I mean, I like him a lot.
Yeah.
The tag is so high that people aren't going to go there. Like you said before, they're all going to go to LeBron with, they're going to pay up. So, or GPP. So, I like for GPP tonight for sure.
Yeah, I think Booker and Evans and even Lou will, man. If I was making a GPP, I'd fade LeBron and I'd probably go Booker, Evans, Lou will, and I'd just play them all.
Yeah, imagine like your lineup could be pretty nice if you, like I said before, if you fade LeBron, which I don't think you can do in cash, obviously, but
it's hard.
If you fade LeBron, I think you can get a really nice GPP line. So,
yeah.
It's a cash night for me. So.
Yeah. And the only other guy I wanted to touch on shooting guard is Prince for Atlanta, and I just like everyone in Atlanta you can play tonight, and one of them could drop 40, and the others. But I don't know, man. Like I see this game just being kind of like a balanced game for them. I don't know why, but I mean, I could see Prince going like 25-30. I could see Belly going for 20, Schroeder for 35-40, and like Collins for like 30 or 25. Like I could just see a lot of people hitting value in this game.
Yeah, no, I like Schroeder. He kind of does it all too, right? Like, or sorry, not Schroeder, Prince. He kind of does it all, doesn't he? Like, he he can fill up a stat sheet. You know, he might only get you 8 points, but he can get you 7 rebounds, 4 assists, a couple steals. So I like him tonight for this kind of game. You know, Phoenix is sloppy. So
Prince is kind of like a, I wouldn't say a poor man's, but he's like a middle class Batum kind of.
Yeah.
But he hustles more than Batum does. Like Prince runs around like a madman. Like I watched quite a few Hawks games, dude. He runs around everywhere. But sometimes he disappears because he doesn't shoot a lot. Like these games when he shot 16 and 14, man. Like I don't know what's happened to him lately, but he's chucking threes like left and right.
Yeah.
Like I've never seen him shoot 7, 6, and 7 threes. I mean so I do like his upside tonight.
No, I like him. I think he's pretty safe for cash too. So
I just don't know if he'll make it. You know, I'm not sure where I'm at with KP right now. I don't know if I want to go that route again. You know, but the slate's weird. I can see a lot of people hitting value and then a lot of people just, you know, coming up pretty short. And I think you need to get those people that just kind of hit value or a little over. I don't think you get cute on the slate. Like I just don't.
I like Prince. That's a good call.
Yeah, and then LeBron. We talked about LeBron. I mean, I know it's 11-7. Portland's on a back-to-back, and he'll probably get Aminu defense. But dude, if Kevin Love doesn't play, are you kidding me? Like I don't know how you could.
Right now, I think he's going to be, you know, if obviously Love is out, he'll be the highest owned guy. I think he's going to be pretty close to the highest owned guy anyway tonight. So,
he should.
I don't know if he'll get there, but I mean, dude, his floor is the safest. He gives you the most upside out of anyone tonight. So it's a no-brainer to lock him in. And, you know, just remember, dude, you lock him in tonight, they're still going to be close to, 20% that don't lock him in. So there's a huge edge just in the fact of playing smart and locking in the best player in the NBA.
And then Collins, who I had at center, man. You know I hate this guy. He's like I call him the tornado, but he's been good lately, and he's been consistent. And when he goes on these runs of like being good and be consistent, like Coach Bud plays him a lot. So like he'll go on stretches, man, where he'll like foul the crap out of people, and like Coach Bud won't even play him. Yeah. But then sometimes he goes on these runs where like he settles down and like matures up, and it only happens like 3-4 games at a time.
So,
but he's been pretty good.
You used the word about John Collins right there. You said consistency. He literally has been so consistent lately, like hitting value at like over 80%. I mean, and I guess, you know, people really don't think about.
Yeah, I don't know how he's doing it. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with him lately. I really don't. But I like I think 49. His price actually went down against Phoenix, which is hard.
Oh, really? Yeah. I mean, it's kind of crazy. But no, I like him a lot. He's in my lineup right now as power forward position. So, like, I don't think it's crazy to have 3 or 4 Hawks in your lineup. I don't think it is, and I don't think it's crazy to have, if you were going to go the reverse route and go, you know, to have 2 Suns guys. I don't think that's even crazier either. But I'm making my lineup. So.
Yeah, I think I'll probably go there tonight, save some salary, and get some upside with him too. So. In the highest scoring game, which is always something to do, and it's later. You know how I feel about that. So, and then the last two guys I just want to touch on. You know, KP. I don't think I'm going to go there, man. I'd love to because he's been really consistent.
Yeah.
With all the other options you can get, if you don't go LeBron and KP, like it opens up so much more. Like you can fit in a Howard and a Schroeder and play, Prince or play Collins, and you can fit in like a Willie Cauley-Stein if you wanted to. Like if you go KP LeBron like that, you basically have to go one Schroeder or Howard because there's just not enough value so far to do that. So I like KP. He's been really solid. I think he can get 40, but I don't know if I go there. I just don't. Especially if Love's out. If Love's out, that'll make it. I mean, I'll go LeBron. I won't even think twice. But
I probably won't go KP tonight. But I mean, he's been pretty consistent. He's the vocal point in the offense of the Knicks pretty much now. They, with Melo gone, everything's pretty much going to be centered around him going forward.
Yeah.
He gets Lamarcus Aldridge on him. I mean,
they played 2 days ago or 2 games ago, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Beasley went for like 55 or something. Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's another great GPP play if you're going to do that to kind of move off and pivot off of.
Oh, dude.
Pivot off LeBron and go him. Yeah, I like that. I like that play.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he's a good play. I just don't know if I'll make my line just because of what I can get if I get rid of one of them. So, and then Superman, I have a utility, and he's your boy. I mean, great matchup. I think Kings are last against Sinners, or second to last against Sinners. So, that's kind of what I don't have him in there, but I like Willie Cauley-Stein a little bit just because there's no freaking way Zach Randolph guards him. Like, there's no way.
I like him too. If I was going to talk about two other guys before we got off of here, it would be, Dwight Howard, and I like Willie Cauley-Stein for sure. I like him a lot too. He's still kind of cheap, isn't he? I mean, he's not really.
He went up a little bit. He's 63 or something like that.
Yeah, that's not
65. But I mean, he's been hitting 30 to 40 every game. So not a lot of upside, but definitely a safer play.
I like him.
Yeah, and I mean, a couple guys before we jump off. I mean, that's kind of my cash core right there. I mentioned Willie Cauley-Stein. We mentioned Booker. If you don't go, LeBron and you go KP, I really just think it comes down to what you get when you do that. I like all the Atlanta guys. I like Prince. I'm not a huge Bazemore fan, but I like Prince. I even like Ilyasova in GPPs if you want to go there. Tyson Chandler's probably one of my favorite center plays outside of Collins and Howard. Atlanta doesn't have a center, so I mean he's a good matchup. 4,400. Yeah, I could see Chandler putting up 30 something like that tonight.
Yeah, excuse me. I think Chandler's going to be pretty high owned tonight too. I mean, at his price point against the Hawks, 4,400. I think he's going to be up there. Probably just under Dwight Howard ownership. So,
and I'll hit on a couple of my GPP picks. I've talked about a couple of them, and maybe you can throw a couple at me if you want.
Yeah.
But if I was doing a GPP, I probably wouldn't go LeBron. I probably wouldn't go KP, and I'd probably look at guys like Tyreek, Kimba, Lou Will. Those would probably be my 7 to 8K guys. And then, I don't know, man. Like Marquise Chris has been really good. Nobody's talking about him, but he's been really, really good lately. So I don't know. I think he's still playable. George Hill, I think, is a cash play if you want to go there. I can't stand that freaking dude right now. But I could see people going there to get George Hill. And then Aminu's been playing well. I don't know if he has upside.
I get it.
Yeah.
No, I like all those guys. I guess, before I get off here, Booker's another guy. Like you said, I like Booker tonight, for GPPs if I play GPPs. But I think you got to fade LeBron in GPPs if you're going to go that route.
Yep.
Just because his ownership's going to be so high. I mean, there's still a blow-off factor, right? I mean, especially if Kevin Love plays. I know Dave's going to play, but still a blow-off factor. So
absolutely,
you always got that paying almost $12K for for LeBron, but I like all those guys. I like Blue Will, like you said before. I like him a lot. But if I was going to go GPPs, I would definitely, personally, probably have KP, in my lineup.
Yeah, I was going to say if you don't go KP, you play Beasley.
Yeah, no, that's a great pick.
55 again in San Antonio.
Yeah,
I
think you could still eat the chalk. Like if you go, I still think you need to eat There's nothing wrong with the Schroeder chalk tonight. There's nothing wrong with.
No, I think like if I was doing a GPP, man, like I mean I'll take, if you got 2 seconds, I'll do I would probably throw this in, and then I'd probably go. I don't know, man. I'm a big Kemba fan, but like I could throw Tyson Chandler in here, and I would probably keep Collins just because of his upside.
Yeah, no, he's got. Yeah, I like him.
And then for small forward, I mean, if you threw in someone, like if what's his name is out, Kevin Love, you throw in a Jeff Green, and then I could throw in Beasley, and then Blake Griffin or KP. There you go.
Yeah.
Like that's an ugly kind of line, but the upside for some of these people is huge. Like Schroeder could drop 50, Booker could drop 50, Green could drop 30 if he's if Love's out. Collins could drop 30, Chandler could drop 30, Kemba could drop 50, Beasley could drop 50. I mean, so
you know, right? Yeah, I think that's where you got to go tonight. But I think it's more of a cash night for me. I don't know if I'm going to get a GPP line, to be honest with you. I think I'm just going to play cash and play the shop.
Yeah. I think you start with a core. It's pretty obvious core.
Yeah.
I think where people are going to differentiate is like if I go a Bellinelli or someone like that, or George Hill or Tyson Chandler or something. I mean, that's kind of where you're gonna. I think you're gonna have you're probably gonna have 4 or 5 guys that are like 30 to 50%, and then you're probably gonna have some guys that are like 20%. If you can get a guy that's less than 20 and he goes 6-7 times value, man, I think you're golden. But and there's some good players that can do that, So, but yeah, I like the slate. I didn't before, but now that I'm kind of playing with it, there's kind of 2 directions I'm going to go. It's either going to be KP or LeBron, and then I'll kind of figure that out. So but yeah, man, I like the plays. Pretty obvious choices.
Yeah, so do I.
Plays. I like it for GPPs. If you like. I wouldn't do I wouldn't do a mass GPP, but I think a really good GPP is something that I just brought up where you put together a cash line and literally remove like 5 of the guys and then just put in like riskier kind of guys.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of seems like that GPP night to me, but I could be wrong, but that's kind of what it's feeling like to me. So,
yeah.
If you don't have anybody else, man, I'm gonna finish the rest of this day, and then hopefully no crazy news comes out. So
yeah, man, I'm pretty much all set. So like I said, eat the chalk on Schroeder and Dwight Howard for sure.
Yeah.
If you don't have those, you're gonna be in trouble tonight. So
yep, I agree, man, absolutely. Find a couple value plays and then just roll them figures. Yep. So
make sure you pay attention to the Kevin Love news.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, check news. Check your news. Yeah, check your news. Yeah. So.
All
right, man. Good. Well, I'll talk to you later.
Yeah. Good luck tonight.
All right. Yeah. You too.